over for this rivalry game. It's the New England Patriots and the New York Jets, and it comes your way next.
Well, Brock, the fans were out and shouting J-E-T-S Jets well before the gates opened here, and now they fill the stands of MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Greg Zuerlein out for the opening kick. And away we go from East Rutherford. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So out come the Patriots, ready for their first possession. Leading them out, someone with a big arm and a field general's mindset, Drake May.
Drake entered the league as a top 5 pick because he checks a lot of boxes. Just the way you want him. Tall, athletic, great arm. 1 year at North Carolina, put on an absolute show. And yeah, his second year as a starter took a little bit of a beating and some question whether or not he was still a top 5 pick. The ability, there's no question there. It is now the consistency in taking care of the football that will be a big part of Drake's career.
No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
From the gun, it's May. It's complete to Hunter Henry. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. To the air on first down, May. Finds his man, it's Demario Douglas. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Here's May. Finds him over the middle. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Tight end going in motion here. On play action, here's May. Right side and into the hands of Douglas. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Brought to a halt by C.J. Mosley.
Whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front had to give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
Stevenson gets it on 3rd down. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Pickup of 2 here. And that's a New England first down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Opening drive going according to plan. This is 1st and 10 at the 36. On the option, here's Gibson. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Second down now, 7 to go. Here's May to the air. Looking slant route, complete. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's May. That's to his running back, Antonio Gibson. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. May now from the gun. He brings it in. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Putting the tight end in motion. First and goal, Stevenson. And he can only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
2nd and goal from the 9 here. Here's the pistol snap to May. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. To throw, here's May. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. No luck finding his receiver that time. So now, they're left with 4th and goal.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Up and good from Joseph. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. Xavier Gibson now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So now it's the Jets getting out on offense for their opening drive. They're led out by one of the game's most tenured veterans and most decorated quarterbacks of all time, Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's safe to say, Kate, Aaron Rodgers may be one of the most polarizing figures in the NFL, but there is nobody that will question his ability to spin a football different than everybody else. Just ask his receivers, tight ends, running backs, anybody that's ever played with him. He elevates their game, and he often elevates his own game to an MVP kind of level.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. From the 29. Into the hands of Garrett Wilson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
New set of downs for him at the 38. To the air here on 1st down, Rodgers. Hall there to haul it in. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Kyle Duggar hauling him down.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the gun, it's Hall. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Play fake, it's Rodgers. Buying some time left. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
So on 4th down, the Jets turn to a fan favorite. It's Thomas Morstead to punt it away. Nice punt here, up and angled towards the sideline. Oh, they are loving this one. It flies out of bounds, and it wasn't too far off the end zone. They're going to say it crossed at the 3. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Back now, pressure on its way. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. He can't hang on to the pass. So that brings up 2nd down.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
May trying again here on 2nd. Has him on the quick hitter. And he hauls this one up to the 11 before being stopped.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Made out a throw on 3rd. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
These quarterbacks are so good with their clock in their head between the tackles. But you get outside the pocket, and you've got to have that same ability. If you hesitate for a second, the defenses with their speed at this level, they'll find a way to bring you to the ground.
Patriots punt team coming out with former 6th-rounder Bryce Baringer to do the honors. And he gets it away from his end zone. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And it'll be Jets football. They're set up at the 35 now. They start the drive with Hall. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Here's Hall once more. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. This is reeled in by Wilson. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectiveness.
1st down throw by Rodgers. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Tackle made by Juwan Bentley.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can you get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
Off play action, Rodgers. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Well, a couple things here, Kate. Either the play action pass needs to develop a lot quicker as this game goes on, or they need to put it on the shelf for a while. Far too slow on that snap. Didn't fool anybody defensively, and they get to him for the first sack of this game.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Rodgers here from the gun. Finds his target, Hall. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Bass's kick is good. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. The New England offense running out now. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. That's taken in by Henry. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Brought to a halt by C.J. Mosley.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
From the 37. Short pass brought in. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Patriots will have a first down.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
And he's going to have this one down to the 43 on a good run. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Going play action, May. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. From the gun, it's May. On the move, headed. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Are you ready to see a record broken today, Kate? Because I think I am. I don't know what this offense is, but this defender's already got 2 sacks, and we're not even through the first quarter. And if my math is right, he's on pace for 8. The record's 7, so we got something to monitor the rest of the way.
Bryce Behringer on now to punt. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his first. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. And this one is out of bounds, no return on the kick. Now here comes the New York offense. And they couldn't be backed up much further, Brock, as safety really the only concern as they take possession here inside their 5-yard line. They'll start this one out with Hall. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
The give on 2nd to Hall. And they had that one contained right at the line. Tackle made by Juwan Bentley. Nothing gained or lost on that run, and now it's 3rd and 3.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They go right back to Hall. And he's going to go out of bounds up past the 15. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down, they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a first down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
Throwing on first down, Rodgers. Complete over the middle. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Marcus Jones ranging over for the stop.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, Rodgers. He won't be able to make the catch. It's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Now Rodgers on 3rd and short. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And this one does not go far. So we're through 1 quarter of this AFC East contest. Both teams neck and neck so far. More from MetLife coming right up. Thomas Morstead heading back out for the punt. The Patriots have Demario Douglas ready to return. Got 49 on his first punt. This one looks even longer. He's got it at the 24. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Call that a 64-yard punt officially. And the Pats will take over. Here's New England ready once again on offense. May on 1st and 10. It's taken in by Kendrick Bourne. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. This is Stevenson heading right. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense, and I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. May now from the gun. Throws into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted! Picked off by C.J. Mosley. And he's gonna go! It's a pick 6! That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running
Yep.
it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Point after converted by Zerline. And the Jets break that tie and now lead by 7. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. This return starts at the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. The Patriots offense all set to go. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Gibson here from the gun. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I don't know, Kate. I didn't think he had it, but that back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the first down. Pops up right away and signals first down.
They're set up at the 35 now. They motion a receiver left. 1st and 10. Here's Stevenson. And they bring him down after he ran through him up to the 43. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
On 2nd down, it's Stevenson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a New England first down.
Every offense in the league today, they want a couple of guys on the roster capable of doing this. Players who can line up a receiver, running back, and make plays from both spots. It's where the NFL's been heading for years, and what a great example on that play.
To the air on 1st down, May. He'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Back to the air, it's May. He's on the move. He'll step up, and there he goes. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Cut by Gibson. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And the Patriots will have a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. They put a receiver in motion here left. The give inside to Stevenson. And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just 1.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, here's May. The throw is caught. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
This dude is putting together some kind of game today. When he scored that touchdown earlier, we knew we had to keep an eye on him. And no surprise, here he is making yet another huge impact play.
Gotta forget about 1st down in a hurry. They need a chunk of yards here on 2nd and goal. A give up the middle to Stevenson. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. Only 3 yards. They're gonna need a much bigger play than that on a lengthy 3rd and goal.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
Escapes the... And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the pressure drives them backwards.
Okay, you can give him much of the credit for this early lead. Heck, give every player in that defense now their 4th sack of this game credit, because that ambush on the quarterback, a big reason why they're in control of this game.
4th down's going to bring out Joey Sly and the Patriots field goal unit for the first time. 1 for 1 so far. This is from 40. Up and good from Joseph. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Gibson now to return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Jets offense now set to take over. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. A give left side for Hall. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the 1st.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
1st down, Rodgers. Wilson's got it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Hall running between the tackles. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. And because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
First down, and they go right back to him. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Christian Gonzalez getting there for the tackle. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys, not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
All gets it again on 2nd down. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Tackle made by Juwan Bentley. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Rodgers throwing on 3rd down. Cut near the goal line. And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York! The Jets now lead by 10. Malachi Corley, the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Zerline on now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jets drive their lead to 11. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Fielded at the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Patriot offense making their return to the field. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. First down throw for May. Henry on the catch. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Defense showing blitz here. May gets it quickly to Douglas. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That is now the 5th sack this offense has had to endure in the first half alone. We're on a double-digit pace here. And I'll tell you what, I know how these defensive coordinators work. They can feel the blood in the water. They are not going to stop getting after this quarterback until this offense can find a way to protect itself.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Trying again following the sack. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Made a throw it. Escapes out to the left. And he's going to go down. Jets brought the pressure and got to him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Goodness gracious, this quarterback is taking an absolute beating in this first half. And you better have some ice for him ready at halftime. I'll tell you this, Kate, It has been a brutal couple quarters, and if you don't start protecting the quarterback, this guy may not make it and even finish this game.
Another punt coming up. Bryce Behringer to do the honors again. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he'll get under this one and make the fair catch at the 19-yard line. The Jets and Breece Hall about set to go on offense. We don't get a return out of that punt. Man, it'll be their football. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Christian Barmore with the play. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. That's complete to Wilson. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
New set of downs for him from the 46. On first down, here comes Hall. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 48. Able to find Corley. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out. Third and just 2 to go. From the shotgun, Rodgers. Complete beyond the marker. And they make the stop. We're going to say at about the 37-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Conklin brings it in. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Tackle made by Jawan Bentley.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Throwing again, it's Rodgers. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. They get 6 and a first down as well.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. The Jets take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Again, Rodgers. Getting out to his left. Oh, look at this. Here he goes.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as the QB. and it gave him just enough room to run.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Rodgers here from the gun. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. To throw is Rodgers. He's on the move. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. So the Jets are going to try a field goal on 4th down, and Greg Zuerlein headed out. He's got to drive this 37 yards down the middle. Bass's kick is good, and that extends their lead to 14.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. One last play before the break. One final shot before halftime. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. That brings us to the break. The Jets with a halftime lead here in East Rutherford. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. We got an excellent first half from the former MVP, Aaron Rodgers. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. On the return, here comes Kene Wangu. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So here's the Jets offense getting ready to start our third quarter. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Not on the same page with his tight end. So it's second down coming up. To throw, Rodgers. Into the hands of Conklin. And that will not be enough for a first down.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
Third down give to Hall. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Here comes the punting unit for the Jets. Thomas Morstead will kick it away. Getting about 50 yards of boots so far, and here's another quality effort. The Patriots running their offense out there. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
From the 29. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. But still plenty of options left on 3rd and short. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
And he's brought down for a loss.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
The Patriots have their punting unit out. And he's been getting all of it every time out. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Officially a 69-yard punt. What a kick. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now here's Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Devontae Adams. And he goes out of bounds just short of the 35. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield. You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. From the 43. He's got the hook up to Adams. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Football on that 47-yard line. 1st down. Throwing once again. Rodgers. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, speaking from experience here, what happens now with the 3rd sack allowed, especially on an early down like that, is that head coach and coordinator going to have a conversation. Okay, we got to fix this. Do we slide? Do we chip? Do we keep more people in? Because the one thing you can't do is keep getting your quarterback hit.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. He picks up 8 on the run, and now they're going to have 3rd and 4.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Now Rodgers on 3rd and short. He fires one deep down the middle. He's got it inside the 10. And he's going to take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Jets make it a 3-possession game. Malachi Corley the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Zerline on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jets stretch their lead to 21. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Another drive coming up for this offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. To the air on first down, May. That's taken in by Henry. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Trying the left side with Stevenson. This is ahead for about 5. DJ Reed brings him down that time. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Man in motion here. Here's Gibson on 2nd down. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. May gets it to him on the screen. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Ball at the 33 for first down. May now from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that's a New England first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
First down throw for May. He's got a man left. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a 3rd and short.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Running for it with Stevenson. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. That brings up a tough decision for them on 4th down.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. They'll try it now with Stevenson. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. They only needed a couple, and that is what they got. Not the most impressive gain, but a big one as they get the first.
Well, I know everybody on that offensive side of the ball appreciates that kind of effort. Got it by more than just a couple of inches. In fact, no need for a measurement on that as they move the chains.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, it kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
Offense to the line for second down. They'll try it right with Gibson.
I'll tell you, Kate, I'm not against a run in that situation. Many times that defense is playing pass on second and long. But this front, well, they were prepared, and they pulled the trigger and make a stop.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. From the gun, it's May. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
Fourth down's going to bring out Joey Sly and the Patriots field goal unit for the first time. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Up and good from Joseph. And it gets a fraction closer as the lead's down to 18.
He's happy to bring them 3 points closer, but I'm sure he sees the situation of the game. He knows 3 isn't going to cut it to end these drives. They need to find the end zone.
All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. Gibson now to return. Return's looking good so far. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. The Jets and Aaron Rodgers headed back out on offense. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped and incomplete on first down.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Here's Rodgers. Corley reels it in. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. From the gun, it's Hall. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Marcus Jones ranging over for the stop.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the shotgun, Rodgers. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And it's 3rd down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Blitz coming for Rodgers. Rolling left, buying some time. He's running for it. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
They'll send out the punting unit. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. This is away, and once again, he's caught all of it. Oh, they are loving this one. It flies out of bounds, and it wasn't too far off the end zone. They're going to say it crossed at the 3. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Stevenson. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
This close to your own goal line, they really don't want to risk a sack. That means, well, one option, run it and buy whatever breathing room you can.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Stevenson with another carry. And they bring him down here at about the 13-yard line. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
On 1st down, it's Gibson. And he'll get it up to the 27. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's May. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Sauce Gardner with the INT. And the Jets are finally stopped on the return, but they'll still take over on the edge of the red zone.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense, and this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Hall takes it straight ahead. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Rodgers set to pass. Has his man, it's Corley. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make...
And he runs it across, touchdown! The Jets pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Breece Hall with the touchdown. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They are just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
Zerline on now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jets grow their lead yet again. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Patriots and quarterback Drake May ready to go once more on offense. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive starts with a carry by Stevenson. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They go again with Stevenson. And he takes this across. Nope, beg your pardon. They're going to spot him right at the 35-yard line. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. May on 1st and 10. Looking slant route, complete. And he's going to be marked down a yard shy of that marker.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
From the 46. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. The Patriots have it. 1 quarter to play in what's been a rough outing for them. Markers reset, ball at the 37. May looking to throw. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Back to the air. It's May. Has him on the quick hitter. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Trying to throw for it with May. He finds him beyond the marker. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. That's a gain of 10, and staring at a turnover on downs, Brock, they pick up the 1st instead.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Gibson here from the gun. And he'll turn this into a solid gain down to the 14. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. To throw, here's May. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Bend. Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Five DBs out there for the Jets. 3rd down. Going play action. May. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
You know, that may have been a situation when you look back on it and he watches the tape the next day, that he's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the 1st down.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. May throwing for it. Has it down close. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
Here's May to the air. And he scores. It's a New England touchdown. The Patriots putting up points in a game decided. Right on the edge of the goal line for 1st and goal. And I don't know about you, partner, but that surprised me that they just threw it in. No attempts at running it.
Yeah, I think it is so hard for these defenders. You got to be so keyed in, and physically, you know you've got to stop that run first. So a 1st down pass play can and certainly was effective.
Joey Sly on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Patriots make it an 18-point game. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. Gibson now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Jets ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. They'll start this one out with Hall. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a 1st down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's Hall once more. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. They manage a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4. Rodgers here from the gun. Short pass brought in. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line.
Even though that run did not net them a first down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. They go right back to Hall. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down, and they go right back to him. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Hall running between the tackles. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Going to the ground again on first. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3. Second down now, 7 to go. Now looking to throw with Rodgers. The throw is caught. And this is down all the way to the 3. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. Now it's a bootleg for him. And that's going to be a touchdown. It's on the board for now. But will it stand? We got to see what this flag is all about. He was downfield in a hurry, hoping to help with the play, but that effort cost some points as the penalty wipes out that touchdown. So now, after being backed up just a bit, another 1st and goal. Rodgers to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So the incompletion on first, here's 2nd and goal. Design bootleg here. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now it'll be 3rd and goal.
I'll tell you what that deflection right there, Kate, tells me. That defense was following and reading the quarterback's eyes. Knew exactly where that throw was going. And it takes a little bit of intuition, a little bit of feel. He's able to get his hands on it and knock it out of bounds.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York! The Jets put up even more points in a win. Malachi Corley, the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
Zerline on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jets continue piling on to this lead. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. This return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. Their offense running back out now. They just witnessed maybe the most impressive drive we've seen all game, Brock, and now they get a chance to answer with one of their own. First down throw for May. Couldn't bring it in over the middle, incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So second down coming up.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. May now from the gun. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Patriots will have a first down.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
To the air on first down, May. Ramondre Stevenson makes the catch. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. To the air yet again, May. Cut by Gibson. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
May not a throw on third. That one complete to Stevenson. And he's able to cross midfield before going out. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
From the gun, it's May. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And now it's second down.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
Henry on the catch. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that's a New England first down.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says two things in every production meeting. Number one, well, we got to stop the run. And number two, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute. He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the gun, a gift to Stevenson. And he's able to drive them forward into the red zone. Call it about 7 yards on that run. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 4.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's able to get this down to the 13. They get 6 and a first down as well.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's May. He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well, and it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Here's May. And the defender comes away with it. Sauce Gardner with the INT.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw, but you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
The home teams and this running back headed back out for a new series. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. With touchdowns on their last 2 drives, Brock, they're playing some of their best offense here. Could they try for 3 in a row despite the lead? Let's find out. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They strike for 23 yards. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominating in the trenches. And that sprung them to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Jets coasting to the finish line. On 1st down, here comes Hall. And he's across midfield into Patriots territory. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on 1st down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
The give on 2nd to Hall. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, Kate, these are not the plays that are like bold in the stat sheet when you look back on it, but these are the kind of gains by the running back that keep the offense on schedule and move the chains.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Here's Hall. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. So the win goes to the Jets. This was a game they had circled a long time ago, Brock. You bring a division rival into your building, you want to make a statement at their expense and get that W.
We know it's not just an axiom, right, that it's so hard to win any game in the NFL. It is. They're difficult to do. But a division rival in your own building, it almost feels like a must-win, and that's the juice they played with today.
That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a well-earned win for the Jets as we say so long from New York.